Okay, day 2, week 1. Coming off a dynamic range of motion, we're going to get into a process of test, mobilize, retest. So in this case today, we're going to focus on just the air squat. Inside of the first set of 5 squats, what we're going to focus on is the overall range of motion, the comfort through that range of motion, and the position in that range of motion. We will then mobilize and then retest to find if that piece is of value to you and how valuable it is. So with these pieces, these are things that I found to work either for myself or athletes that I've worked with. Not all of them may be valuable to you, and that's okay. The bigger thing is just to be honest with your assessment of each one. Evaluating how each piece works for you starts to build the foundation of being able to self-select high value pieces and scrap other ones. These are just some of the options in a world full of options. But the template of test, mobilize, retest is the key element to this. There's lots of pieces. This is how I like to perform them. There's tons of stuff out there. You'll see them done different ways. If it's working for you and you're getting a positive result out of it, fantastic. With each of these pieces, use common sense. You shouldn't be working into pushing into pain. If it seems like you should stop, maybe do stop. Make good choices. Take responsibility for your choices. Pushing to the limit doesn't necessarily mean you're getting more out of it than someone who's not. You should be able to comfortably breathe through all of these pieces. Okay, coming off of that overall, we're going to talk about the squat position, and then we're going to talk through the mobility pieces, and then the small test workout piece at the end, and some midline.
Okay, with squat, we'll start with our feet just outside of our shoulder width, slightly turned out. We'll then organize the spine, chest up, shoulder blades back, slight natural arch in the low back. We'll screw our feet into the floor, creating reasonable torque for the load being moved without losing position at the ankle joint. We'll brace the midline, take air in, and then descend into the squat, keeping tension at the bottom and strong, smooth movement. Remember, at the bottom, the crease in the hips needs to drop below the top of the knee. The movement should look simple, smooth, and in control the whole time. Okay, after 5 squats, we'll roll the upper leg and we'll treat it like it's 4-sided. So rolling the front 10 times up and down, then the side of the leg, then the inside of the leg, and then the hamstring. After that, we'll retest 5 more squats. Next piece, we're going to roll the calves. So we're going to start just above the shoe, rolling 1 inch at a time, turning the toe from one side to the other, and working our way all the way up to the back of the knee. This will probably take a couple of minutes. After that, we'll retest 5 more squats. Piece 3, we're going to use a baseball or a lacrosse ball to roll through the glutes. So we'll cruise around both from the sort of side through the bulk of the glute. You can even get down to just underneath to more the hamstring insertion and working through that area as well. We'll go 60 seconds aside. After that, we'll retest 5 more squats. Next piece, using mountain climbers as a stretch. So taking a big step forward and out to the side, thinking about that leg you're stepping forward with looking like it would in a squat, and then dropping the hips twice before switching sides. I'll do 10 reps of these just like this, and I'll follow it up with 10 more reps, stepping to different positions to open the hips a little more and change the stretch. After this, we'll do 5 more squats. You've got 3 options for the next piece. Option 1, on the floor, gently pushing the hips towards the floor, keeping the spine in a neutral position, and stretching into where you feel comfortable. Option 2, setting up on a bench. Same thing, neutral spine. You can lean forward to the position. Option 3, a little more user-friendly, sitting on the bench, one foot on the opposite knee, giving a little downward pressure on that knee. Neutral spine leaning forward, and you can add a little rotation from side to side in there. With this, I would use 60 seconds as a good time frame for any of these on each side. After that, we'll do 5 more squats. Next piece, back to rolling. So rolling hamstring with the hard roller, and then tying hamstring into adductor. We'll roll 60 seconds on each leg. After that, 5 more squats. All right, next piece, setting your heel up close to the door frame or post, and then pulling your hips in and your chest back for this stretch. Breathe and relax into it. After 60 seconds aside, do 5 more squats. Wall squats, with all the same principles we spoke about earlier applying. 60 seconds in position, followed by 5 more squats. Okay, for the workout, what I want to focus on in this is the quality of the squat. So through the entire workout, what I want to focus on is feeling solid, stable, and smooth through the range of motion. You could do this with a barbell, you could add weight to this, and that's fine as long as your position's able to hold for the entire duration of the song. So with this workout, the song Flower by Moby will play, and it'll say bring Sally up, bring Sally down. When it says bring Sally down, you descend to the bottom of the squat, and when it says bring Sally up, you rise up from the squat, and you play the whole song through. For midline today, we're going to focus on a solid plank position, so feet close-ish together, and as stable and straight a line as we can maintain from our heels to our shoulders. If possible, we can slide a plate, a book, something that's slidable enough from one side of the body to the other. It's okay for it to challenge, but it should not break our stable position.